Okay mga Lods, mag-react tayo dito sa kay Chen Z. Chen yung pangalan. Ito yung kanyang TikTok. Maganda naman yung mga arguments niya, pero let's make it a point na ah anuhan natin, explain natin lahat kasi parang may mga na-miss out siya na points. Let's go.
Not deserve to die.
Okay. Of course, nobody deserves to die. Yan lang yung, yan muna siguro yung prerequisite ng ating discussion. Hindi, wala namang okay mamatay for whatever reason. Unless, of course, talagang masamang tao yan. Dapat lang talaga. Okay, tuloy.
Everything as of April 24. Alyssa Alano was a UP Diliman student counselor doing community immersion, living with farmers in Toboso, Negros Occidental.
Okay, so ilagay natin sa context bakit siya nandyan. Kasi nga gusto niya gusto niyang makita yung kalagayan nitong mga tao na to. Kaya siya nandun with the farmers. Tuloy.
To understand their conditions. Her university, her council,
To understand their condition na ito yung immersion na pinag-usapan natin kahapon. Tuloy natin.
and multiple human rights organizations all confirmed she was a civilian.
Okay, so this is coming from the University of the Philippines, which is actually, I believe yung student council nila is the official statement ng school plus yung mga human rights organization. Pero eto kasi yung problema dun eh. That is contrary to what the military is saying, okay? You are accusing the military na nagsisinungaling sila doon sa reports nila, okay? So, I just want to make it clear na kayo dapat yung may burden of proof, yung mga nagsasabi na na mali yung na mali yung human right, na tama yung human rights at mali yung militar. Kayo dapat yung magpakita ng ebidensya na hindi talaga totoo yung sinasabi ng mga militar, di ba? Well, you have to, like, kunyari, pakita niyo yung mga chat ni Alisa, okay? Tingnan niyo yung mga private messages, di ba? Submit that as evidence, di ba? Kasi meron naman kasing way para maparusahan itong mga militar na to kung hindi talaga totoo yung sinasabi nila. Pero in my hearts of hearts kasi, I don't think they would lie on this matter, okay? Kasi life or death tong mga ganitong bagay eh. Pero, you know, and I also believe in the presumption of regularity, okay? So, dun ko siya Dun ko siya linalagay. Tuloy natin.
Despite this, the military labeled all 19 dead in a recent operation as NPA.
Okay, so the military has said, okay, if you follow the concept of constitutional of our constitution, yung presumption of regularity, it's a confirmed information ayon sa militar. Okay, hindi ko sinasabi na tama ang militar. Ang sinasabi ko lang, I am commanded by the Constitution na na tama sila. So, if mali sila and you are saying na mali sila, show proof. Okay? Tuloy.
Online have been quick to mock and celebrate her death, with the only evidence being that she was in a high-risk combat area. Without further proof.
Okay, why is she in a high-risk combat area? Kasi there are so many farmers here in the country na malayo dun sa NPA influence area. Tama? So why is she in a high risk area na alam niyo naman na merong mga NPA? Is there no farmers that are not NPAs na pwede siyang mag-immersion? Di ba kasi hindi ko maintindihan yun eh. Like for example, I would go to, kunyari dito siguro I don't know, sa some part in Visayas na wala namang NPA na risk safe, doon ako pupunta. Kasi of course, I believe that Alisa is a very smart individual, okay? I also understand na matalino siya, narinig naman natin siya magsalita, di ba? Why would she risk na pumunta siya sa isang NPA field area where she could die? It doesn't make any logical sense from a perspective ng isang matalinong tao. Di ba kasi risk-averse naman lahat ng tao eh. Like, why would you do that? Alam mo nang maraming NPA doon, high-risk area na yon, doon ka pa mag-i-immersion. Why can't you go on another area na walang NPA at hindi ka makakastigo as NPA yourself? Kasi nga, bawal kasi ma-red tag eh. Ito, hindi lang ni red tag, ni-label siya ng military natin. According to Sir here, tuloy.
This blatant red tagging, the act of labeling individuals as communist without sufficient evidence, leading to killings. Questions can certainly be raised towards the school as to the coordination of the immersion with local officials.
Exactly. Yun nga yun dapat ang may command responsibility pagdating sa safety ni Alisa dito, the school. Kasi why would they send the girl to a high risk area? It doesn't make any sense eh. Kung let's say field trip lang to, would you send your kids to yung ano na lang matatarik na lugar na mahirap akyatin na may mataas yung accident prone? Syempre hindi, di ba? So you opt out, yun yung idea dun eh. So why is it that, oh my god, hindi, ito kasi yung mga counter narrative sa militar. I would really like it na maglabas ang yung mga nagtatanggol kay Alisa na ng mas malakas na ebidensya, kasi as it stands medyo mahina kasi siya eh. Medyo nakapani-paniwala yung sinasabi ng militar dito. And I'm not even being biased here. I am just looking at the information of how it was presented to me. 'Di ba? Kasi alam niyo naman ako eh, as far as you know me, talagang magiging unbiased ako sa mga ganitong bagay. Pero meron kasing default settings ang ating yung mga ganitong bagay. Meaning to say, with everything if you are going to go against the government, or at least meron kang kontra-naratibo sa gobyerno, dapat malakas yung ebidensya mo to say that they are lying. Wala eh. We have here, sabi ni ganito, sabi nung ganyan. Even UP is, I find it really crazy that they don't know that Negros is really, na isang mataas, highly intense yung ano nila. Hindi ko ano yun eh. I could not fathom the idea na hindi nila alam na high risk yung area na yon. That is just so alam mo yun, 'di ba? Parang kung nagre-research ka doon, ano yung una mong malalaman doon sa area na yon? It's a high risk area. Come on. Oh my god.
Coordination of the immersion with local officials. But with what we know currently, Alisa was there because Negros farmers are losing their land. But
okay, so sino yung nangangamkam ng lupa? Is it the NPA or is it the yung mga hasinderos? I don't know kasi yung current na linalaban ni Alisa rito eh. Totoo lang. We need to have more information on the matter. What we have right now is, I'm sorry to say dun sa mga nakikinig sa akin na taga-UP, alam nyo naman na suportado ko kayo as much as I can. I really would like to, kung magma-masters ako or maglolo ako, gusto ko dyan sa eskwelahan nyo kasi I know isa yan sa the best schools in this country. Pero come on man, we are lacking so much evidence here. Show to us na yung pinakitang picture ng militar quite recently, fake, or doktor, or AI. Wala naman nagde-debunk nun eh, which is very frustrating sa akin. Kasi I don't want this to be a battle of narratives. I can only be masasaway ko lang yung mga memes. Yun lang yung kaya kong gawin. Pero you're not giving the people necessary evidence to believe your stand dito. It seems like mas tama yung militar at this point in time, which is very frustrating sa akin. Kasi I could argue your case. Of course I can. Of course I will. But the thing is, you don't have anything yet. You have these claims. Pero how can you substantiate these claims? Kasi even UP is saying na talagang dun siya nilagay. Alam nyo naman palang high risk eh. So why would you put a student there? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Come on. Nako, Lord, Diyos ko, patawarin talaga mga yawang yatay. Di ba tuloy?
On a human-to-human level, isn't it completely messed up to celebrate the death of a young Filipina?
People are not celebrating the death of a Filipina. They are celebrating a death of an NPA. This is why it is important, it is imperative to show us data, information that proves that she is not an NPA. 'Di ba? Paano magiging accountable yung ating mga militar kung wala namang kayong pinapakitang ebidensya na malakas, na at least matutwist yung naratibo eh. Give me something to work on. I mean, ako kasi, I'm okay with defending any position here. Kasi nga, hindi naman ako bias eh. Alam ko yung pinaglalaban ng mga namumundok eh. Kasi nakikita ko din naman yung sistema eh. Kaso duwag ako eh. 'Di ba? Duwag talaga ako diyan. Matapang lang ako sa mga Duterte kasi syempre mga Duterte yan eh. Pero pagdating dito sa mga yung sistema na to, yung going against the system, I do not have I do not have enough balls. I do not have enough money. I do not have enough courage. I do not have enough heart to fight the system where I am actually thriving. Kasi gusto ko yung sistema ngayon eh dahil madali para sa akin eh. Nagsasalita ako dito sa social media, babayad ng tax dito. Ganun lang siya kadali sa akin eh. Do I know that some of my taxes are being stolen? Probably so, but most likely. But I'm just hoping that the next era of leaders are not very crooked. Kumbaga, sakto lang yung corruption. Pwede naman kasi yun, hindi masyadong malaki yung SOP. Yung SOP kasi ngayon 90% na. Okay lang dati 10, 20, di ba? Pwede na. Daming pera ng gobyerno kapag gano'n, daming magagawa. Pero for me to go against the system na mamumundok ako at makikilaban ako sa bill, that is not gonna happen. But then again, I am intellectually capable of defending the positions. But the thing is, you are not helping your position dito eh. You are insisting on something na wala siyang credence unless mapakita niyo talaga na talagang mali ang militar. Hindi eh. Mukhang tama sila eh. It doesn't make any sense for a young individual na connected sa mga radikal na partido na magpunta ron at hindi pag-isipan na ganun nga siya. Sabi nga ni Gibo Teodoro, 'di ba? If kung hindi man siya NPA diyan, she is aiding and abetting. That is the frustrating part eh. Kasi malamang alam nila yung ideolohiya ng mga makakaliwa. Alam nila siguro 'yan. And you know, I'm not saying na hindi katakam-takam 'yon kung gusto mo ng pagbabago dito sa sistema na 'to. Kasi you know what's the difference? Let me explain sa inyo. What's the difference between the government and the normal individuals and why these individuals are radicalized? Kasi ang ating gobyerno kasi, they have control over violence or they have monopoly over violence. What do I mean by that? Ako, kunyari, nagalit ako sa kapwa ko, hindi ko siya pwedeng gulpihin, hindi ko siya pwedeng i-restrain, hindi ko siya pwedeng sakalin, hindi ko siya pwedeng barilin. I cannot do anything unlawful sa kanya unless there is commensurate. Kung kunyari, talagang inaatake ako, ganon, di kailangan dedepensan ko yung sarili ko. Pero the government doesn't really have to do that. If they think someone is a threat to society and ayaw tumigil ng tao na yon, they can open fire, they can kill, they can detain, they can restrain anyone who they think is a threat to the Filipino citizen. Ganon kalakas ang gobyerno. Because we all agreed via the Constitution that they are the one to protect us. 'Di ba? So, what is ngayon, ang pinaka-problema, mga lods ko, kung mali ang militar, show us proof, real proof, hindi lang yung salita-salita. Kasi yung kabila din madaldal eh. Paano kayo, di ba? Anyway, tapusin na natin to.
Even if she were NPA, isn't it better to give a chance to the youth and reshape them?
Nakipagbarilan nga eh. Paano natin? Yun nga yung sinabi ng militar, idol. Masyado kasing idealistic tong mga bata na to eh, on the matter. Anyway, tuloy natin.
For a country so rooted in religious values that include forgiveness, the public sure is quick to make a judgment.
Yan yung idealistic eh, di ba? So, justice for Alyssa Alano. Please justify why we need to give justice to Alyssa Alano. That is my challenge dito sa mga tao na to. If you want, baka may representante kayo dyan, akyat dito sa akin, usap tayo. Let's have a discussion over the matter. Yan lang naman po, kaya mga lods.